All right, so in this video, I'm really excited to show you this because this is something I nerded out on whenever I was running my company. And your service area is actually so important. And let's talk about it. Now, when we talk about service area, obviously this is everywhere that you are going to show up, that your ad is going to show up. But when you look at the map, you probably know for your city or your service area what areas are good in terms of you servicing them and what areas maybe are not as good. Maybe there's, God forbid, parts of town that are shady, or maybe some areas are lower income, and we know we don't do as well there. And so we want to, we're spending money on ads to get in front of these people. We might as well spend them in the places that we succeed the most, that we do the best in. And that's really important. So I'm going to show you how to set this up. So, for example, let's say that. Oh, okay, so you have two options here. You can include service areas and you can exclude service areas. So include is really important. So we want to make sure we're including the cities that we want to rank in. Okay, so let's say I wanted to take one of these away. For any reason, maybe we just don't do as well there. You notice when I took the city away, then it gave me the option of selecting certain zip codes. Now, in my company, I actually did a lot of research using the US Postal Service and other demographic research to understand where my best customers are and what is the average household income in those zip codes. And I'll show you how to do this really quick on Google. Okay, so the way to find median household income on Google is just to type in median household income, but then type in the zip code that you want to learn about. And so for 75040, it's about $73,000. Whereas if I were to do a neighboring zip code, 5048, it's really different, right? It's almost double what the other one was. I guess not almost double, but quite a bit more. And so I know I'm probably going to do better in this zip code, which was true, than the other. And so this is why it's so important which areas you're targeting with your Google ads. And we just, again, we're spending money on ads, and we want to be very judicious about where we're spending our money. And so I actually would, in my company, look at every single zip code that I have the potential to service. So let's say this is my whole area. I look at each zip code individually and decide, one, do I already have really good customers there? And two, does the average household income or median household income make sense for us to spend money there? Because if we're not converting very many jobs, well then I don't want to be advertising there. Okay. And then what that allows you to do is it allows you to reallocate your same marketing dollars to generate more leads in the areas where you are succeeding. So that's why it's so important to understand your service area and understand the demographics in your service area. I'll show you one more really quick. So 75182 is Sunnyvale here. So like if I X out Sunnyvale, here's 75182. There it went, right? But watch this, 75182. So this one is 157,000 as a median household income. So that tells me that we're likely to do more business in that area than perhaps another area where maybe the household incomes is 60 or $70,000 per year. Okay. So pretty simple, but very powerful. So I can choose to target or not target zip codes based on income here. And I'm going to go ahead and put Sunnyvale back. And I'm just showing you some examples of how I would actually do this. And then let's say that you are getting calls from, let's say I'm getting calls from Allen and I don't service Allen. And it'd be really important to exclude that area. So now Google's going to update and the algorithm's going to say, oh, okay, he doesn't even do Allen. So let me make sure that we don't give him any leads from there. Or same thing with Plano. Let's say I didn't want to do Plano, okay? And so this allows you to tighten up your service area. So if you find that you're traveling out too far, your technicians are traveling out too far, you want to tighten up that area so that you're only ranking in areas where you really want to be. And then maybe you find, hey, I'm doing really well in Wiley, Texas, or just got some clients from there, but I wasn't really, familiar with it before. Well, then we can just add that into our service area, right? And then let's say I'll do one last one. Let's say you start, Forney is like an area in our in my around me that is growing tremendously, but it would have been, or it was kind of far for our technicians to drive. So I could exclude that area so that we don't get leads from there, because Google's just going to try to match you with people that are searching for your services. But if you don't tell Google where you want to rank, and where you don't want to rank, it's just going to give you kind of a hodgepodge, and you're going to end up spending a lot more money per lead, and you're going to close less jobs. So the more you optimize this, optimize your service area, is so important. And then when you couple that with the types of services that you are ranking for, and you're intentional about controlling these things on a monthly basis, it really changes the game. And honestly, I do, when I say monthly basis, I do mean that, because legitimately Google makes changes all the time, right? And what would happen in our company is, um, we'd let the ads run for 2-3 months, and then out of nowhere we'd start getting weird leads for this one service, or weird leads from this one certain area, and then I'd have to go in and make some adjustments again to our account to kind of filter those things out and make sure that I'm giving my salespeople the best leads possible using the Google Guaranteed Service. So I hope this has been helpful for you. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt it will make you more money if you optimize these things. And then I'll do one last video and we'll go over just a few things to sort of polish up here.